You're muted.
Oh, well, welcome back into the show. Welcome back into the show. I'm David On Point. Up right there is my co-host, Mr. T.J. Hopkins. This is Prime Sports World, and it's our week 2 recap, free preview of the UFL. If you like what we're doing here at Prime Sports World, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. TJ, one thing is for certain. Stone Cold Steve Austin Reed is still throwing touchdowns for the Dallas Renegades, man.
Yeah, he wasn't as efficient
He was pretty damn good.
as his debut, but he was still pretty good. Hakeem Butler still,
That
showing why
guy.
he's a grown ass man, and he also shows why he's just that crucial to the Battlehawks offense. Want to say I was wrong on this one. I think I picked the Battlehawks to win this one, and I think I got that one wrong.
Hold on.
Yeah, week two kind of went more by the book. Those who were expected to be dominant kind of were. A la DC versus Columbus.
I got 3 of the 4 wrong, and no, 2 of the 4 wrong, and you got just 1 wrong, or 2. Yeah, just 1. Yeah, just 1.
Wow, 3 out of 4. Nice.
Yeah. So DJ's cooking right now, man. We're going to
Okay.
get into each individual matchup. If you like what we're doing here at Prime Sports World, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Tomorrow is going to be our WWE show. Keep an eye out for all that content. Let's talk about week number 2. And the first game on the docket, I think, was on Friday night. Defenders, Aviators. I had a lot of friends. They showed me some pictures from this game. It actually looked like pretty good attendance there at the old Columbus, the historic Columbus Crew Stadium there in Columbus, Ohio. But it was the DC Defenders Day and Deion Jackson's day, as the man had an absolute day. 3 total touchdowns on this game, including a 48-yard scamper that basically sealed the deal for this game. On this, Jordan Tiamo, he was just okay. He really didn't have to do much in this game. 8 of 11 for 99 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. But where they really made their pay dirt is on the ground. 36 yards for 236 carries for 230 yards and 4 tutties for the DC Defenders, and Cornell Powell, lead receiver for the DC Defenders. Jalen McClendon on the other side, 2 touchdowns and a pick. He was 23 of 37, 156 yards. He also led the team in rushing, and him and Quandre Wright had the lone rushing touchdowns for the Columbus Aviators. And then Tay Martin and Elias Mack, the receiver there for Columbus Aviators, had the touchdowns, as that's too much DC for Columbus to handle, and DC gets off the schneid. TJ, I'll send you some of the pictures my friends sent me from the fans from the stadium. They actually look like they had a pretty good fan presence there in Columbus.
Yeah, so the defenders the defenders Twitter account tweeted out at the end of the game like airspace closed. I'm like, yo, that's fucking cold. Like that was pretty nice of them. I'm like, all right, you can't get mad at that. But yeah, this one kind of
For
this one kind of
14,000 fans in the stadium for that game
yeah,
in week
that's
1 for their home
yeah,
opener.
that's decent. Yeah, that's more than decent.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good. The stadium only holds 20K, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean, shit. Unless you're like Ohio State hosting a spring practice or something, like you're not really gonna sell it out. But shit, Ohio State Stadium is bigger than that.
oh yeah,
And
the shoe
Horseshoe,
holds like over nearly 100,000 people.
yeah. Uh, so yeah, this one went as expected, especially a defenders team coming off an ugly loss. In week 1, again they probably felt like they should have won. And yeah, this one kind of went like I thought it would go. I don't think it. Yeah, this one went kind of how I thought it would go.
Did you see the bizarre play in this game? I think it was in the third quarter. Jalen McClendon gets sacked. He fumbles the football. It gets picked up by DC, and as the DC defender is basically celebrating that he got this fumble. He gets stripped from behind because I guess the play never got ruled dead, and the Columbus Aviators actually got possession back of the football with the first. I mean, obviously they were way down there, but it was just one
Like
of
that
those wild.
happens.
That was just one
That,
of those wild plays, dude. It was just
yeah,
very funny.
that I think across all levels of football, that oddly
Yeah,
happens.
I guess they didn't hear the play get ruled dead, and so they just
Either
kept.
that or like it happens. That happens way too more, like way more often than people want to give it credit for. Um, like you can argue it shouldn't happen at any professional level of football, but hell, it does, and here we are.
Well, I will say in the replay of the play, where the replay, it looks like the defender is down. Like I would have thought that he
So
was either
that's
they ruled him down by contact, or they ruled him dead, and because he looked like he was wrapped up, and then he's celebrating, and like they get
mhm.
stripped from behind, which is funny.
No, but that's kind of what that's one of the things I like about the UFL. Like, hey, if something like that happens, let it play out, and
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
we'll figure it out after the fact. Too many times in the NFL or hell, even college football, we see too many plays get blown dead prematurely, and it screws somebody over one way or another. Like if you're the defender, you think you got a clean takeaway. If they blow it dead too early, it's still the offense's ball. If you're the offense and you're down and they don't like they get screwed. So this one right here is them saying like, hey, well, first off, kudos to the defender for not stopping. Just go. Like he did what he was supposed to do, minus the celebration.
Yeah, 100%.
Like just go.
But yeah, I mean, this is a good win for DC. You get the taste out of your mouth of that bad loss the week
And
prior. And then you get
to go from a bad loss to a fairly dominant win.
Yeah, Deion Jackson was an absolute man-child in this game. So from there, we had the Orlando Storm remain undefeated as they welcome in the Louisville Kings into their house, and they win this game 19-9. And Jack Plummer had himself an absolute day. 2 touchdowns in this game, including one to KJ Hamler to end the half, and then the other one to Elijah Badger was just an absolute FDR. Like he scrambles out to the right. And then he just lays it in perfectly. He breaks the tackle, goes into the end zone, and then the KJ Hamler play was actually just a really nice play by KJ Hamler. Catches it in open field, makes some guys miss, gets some blocks, gets into the end zone. I think that was like the final play of the half, if I don't remember correctly. But yeah. But Jack Plummer, 18-23, 182 yards and 2 touchdowns and a pick, as they win the game 19-9, and they remain undefeated. On the other side of the ball, Chandler Rogers, I think, came in for Jason Bean, who didn't play good at all in this game. 13-20, 152 yards and a pick. The pick was basically the last gasp for the Louisville Kings. He threw a really just not a great pass, and it was just the defender was right there and jumped the route, took it. The head-scratching thing about this, though, is that the Louisville Kings only rushed the football 13 times. I know they weren't extremely effective in the running game, but I think you need to run the football, have a little more balance in your offense. 13 carries for 26 yards, 2.2 yards per clip. You threw the football 35 times in this game. For a completion percentage under 50%. You think you'd like to have a little more balance there. And then Trey McKitty, 2 for 39. It's just this Louisville Kings offense just really struggled all game. Did not score a touchdown in this one at all. And then Deshaun Corbin, leading rusher for the Orlando Storm. They didn't run the ball super effectively either, but at least they committed to it. 34 carries for 89 yards. That's also only 2.6 yards per clip, but it keeps you balanced.
That's one of my. You've known me for well over a decade. That's always been one of my pet peeves when it comes to football. You never let a team make you one-dimensional. I don't care if you're averaging a yard and a half per rush attempt. You gotta keep them honest. You can't. If you're running a play action fake, you run the play action. They already know it's a pass.
Yeah.
Because you're not running the ball. But even if you we saw it in the Super Bowl against the Rams Bengals. Neither team could really run the ball. but they kept running the ball. Why? Because they fucking had to. You absolutely had to. Take the 2 yards, take the 3 yards here and there, the 3 yards in the cloud of dust.
I mean, Chandler Rogers, the quarterback, ran the ball 1 yard for one carry for 12 yards. So that means they only ran the ball 12 times for 20. Math is not my strong suit right now. 14 yards, 13 carries. That's like 1 yard per clip. And Jason Bean also had 2 carries in this game as well. So that's 10 carries, 10 carries for 20 yards or 10 yards basically.
Like you gotta do better. You can't just completely abandon it. Like,
and they have Benny Snell, who had a cup of coffee in the NFL. Like that's
more than a cup of coffee. Like Benny Snell
was good in the NFL. I mean,
Benny Snell was. I ain't gonna say he was good. He was decent enough. Like
he was all right. It was all right.
He was absolutely serviceable. Like obviously, I think his most known stint is what Pittsburgh. Yeah. So. He it's absolutely like 13 times compared to how many pass attempts?
35.
Yeah, no.
For a team that had a completion percentage of 50%, that is skewed by Jason Bean being just absolutely not good in this game at all. 4 for 15 for 49 yards. That's 26% completion percentage, and I'm rounding, I guess 27% completion percentage because math and such.
Yeah, no, like if you're gonna throw the ball 35 times, which in today's age of football, hell, that's more so the norm, right? 35 times a game.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, when you only run 50 offensive plays, and 35 of them, I guess that math. 48 offensive plays in total.
So what I'm getting at is like if you're gonna throw the ball that much, you have. If you throw the ball 35 times, you have to run.
You gotta have to be good at it, right?
It's different if you throw the ball 35 times and you just lasering that motherfucker and they just can't stop it, right? Like you slicing and dicing them, right? You out there like Leonardo on the Ninja Turtles, like you just slicing and dicing. Hey, I'm surgical with this motherfucker.
That's a good reference.
If you're gonna throw the ball 35 times, you have to run the ball at least 25 times. You have it can't be that big of a discrepancy pass to run. It can't.
And on the other side of the football, the Orlando Storm are like showing the blueprint, like how this should probably be done. I mean, they're 20 of 26 throwing the football, 2 touchdowns. They did have to throw that 1 pick, and then they ran the ball 34 times. So they had like more rush attempts than they did passing attempts.
And if you're Orlando, and this is Anthony Beck's team, right? This is his new team.
Correct.
He's like, hey, if they're just gonna throw the ball this many times, hey, dime package, nickel and dime package, DB heavy. They're not really a threat to run the ball because they're not running the ball. Hey, nothing cheap, nothing deep. Plain and simple.
So just a real, I just want to just keep updating attendance. Orlando actually saw a little bit of a dip in their attendance. This is going up against Final Four on a Saturday night. So maybe that probably has something to do with it. But 8,500 down from 1,100 or 11,000 the week before. That stadium that they're currently playing in there in Orlando holds 25,000 people. So, I mean, going up against the Final Four, I think that had something to do with it. But only 8,600 fans watched Orlando move to 2-0, and they're a solid football team. So they're going to be a force when it comes down to the end there. And then to the upset of the weekend, I think, in my opinion, we had the Houston Gamblers, who did not look good in week number 1. Didn't look great in week number 1. They welcome in the Birmingham Stallions on Easter, and they win this game on an absolute the throw that Nolan Henderson made to Amani Rogers was an absolute FDR if I ever seen one on the final drive of the game. And then their kicker, I think it's John. I'll look it up in a second, but he just banged out a 50-yard field goal at the horn to beat the Birmingham Stallions, the class of spring football. They win 22-20, and that's coming off of Matt Corral throwing another beautiful touchdown early in the game for Matt Corral as he continues to play pretty well in the UFL after kind of flaming out in the National Football League. But Corral, 21 of 27, 226, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. The second pick he threw, I think it was in the third quarter, was just a great play by the defensive player. Like, he just jumped the route, like he just absolutely snagged it. Anthony McFarland had the lone receiving touchdown in this game for Birmingham, and then Jaden Mickens, Deion Kane, both had receiving touchdowns for the Birmingham Stallions. And then on the other side, Nolan Henderson, 15 of 23, 186 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Jalen White had the lone touchdown for the Houston Gamblers, at least on offense, 26-82 and a touchdown. But they win the game at the Horn. Javonte Greenland, 5 of 85 for him, leading receiver for the Houston Gamblers as they get off the schneid and get their first victory in the UFL in 2026.
I'm just glad. I'm literally just waiting on the first 4-point field goal to win some shit. Like,
I can't wait, right?
and respectfully, I'm not saying that to to crap on this kicker's game-winning kick, because
he kicked it 50 yards, man. John Hoyland.
Bro, like, that's legit one of those things where I don't think people realize how hard kicking is until they have to do it. I played football. I never made it past high school, but I played it. Kicking's hard. Like, you get out there and you like, oh, I can do this, and then you go to kick it and it's like, yeah, I can't do this. Like both forms, like kicking and punting, they are extremely hard. It's a lot of reason why a lot of football teams in high school get soccer players to do just one thing: kick the ball.
My cousin, actually, I don't know exactly what, because he's married to my cousin, so I guess that's, I don't know. Anyways, he actually did punt in college, and it's pretty obvious that he's very good at punting the football. Like, when I go to back in the day when we used to all go to my uncle's house for family reunion stuff, you kicked the football like 50 yards, man. It was nuts. like
and it's just like effortless. It's
effortless. Yeah. It's like it was bananas. Like, I was like, all right, and then I would try it. I'd be like completely whiffing.
So it's I'm just gonna stick to catching the ball and hitting people, bro. Like, that's what the fuck I'ma do,
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna stick to what I'm good at. Like, it's crazy. Like, and if you're Birmingham, you're like, what are they, 1-1, 0-2, 1-1.
1-1, yeah.
This is one of those where it's like, you know better. You know better. Like, you cannot let them get this deep. Like, well, I mean, like, to be fair, 58 yards is 58 yards, right? Hey, if you lose to a team and they hit a 58-yard field goal for the dub, you just walk to the middle of the field. Hey, man, good kick. Thought we had one. Ain't nothing we can really do about it. But like I said, I'm literally just waiting on that first. It's 60 plus, right? It's like it starts at 60 and you get the 4 points.
Yes. Yeah. So once you're out past 60. And Monty Rogers is the one that caught
Wait. So you don't get so it's not 4. Like, if you're right at 60, that's not 4. It has to be like 61 or something like that.
You know what? I would imagine if you kick it at 60 yards, you'd be fine. But I don't know that for sure.
I would hope so.
I would hope so. I mean, once you hit the 60 threshold, I think it's worth 4 points. Monty Rogers. Yeah, it looked like he actually dropped that football, but then of course, the replay official reviewed it and we're like, oh yeah, the play was upheld because it was one of those plays that almost looked like it could have been an interception or it could have been a catch on that play by Monty Rogers, but it was an absolute dart throw by Nolan Henderson. So shout out to him and shout out to them and shout out to Houston getting their first victory in the UFL. And then to the final game Tuesday. Oh yeah, attendance real quick. Going up against Easter Sunday for the Houston Gamblers home open, 7,700 there in the stands. That stadium holds 20,000. But 77 improvement over last week's number. So yeah, I mean, cool.
Battlehawks for Gates. You didn't put the score for that one.
I didn't. Oh, I must have. First of all, it's. I'll fix that right now. But anyways, the Battlehawks, the Renegades continue to be dominant behind Austin Reed as he continues to put a clinic on offense. They have their home opener. They win this game 15-31. I can't fix that bold right now. It's going to just stay like that. Dallas Renegades, he just continues to put up big time numbers. Not as efficient, obviously, TJ said, as he was in week number 1, but still had a great day at the office. 22 of 36, 240 yards, 4 touchdowns, and man, his accuracy. Like some of those throws were just absolute button throws. The touchdown he threw, the hat trick for Tyler Vaughn's, the wide receiver. The third touchdown that he threw in this game to Tyler Vaughn's, like, couldn't have been placed better. Like he had to throw it over the defender. It may be an OPI, but that's neither here nor there. But it was like a perfect throw. It was absolute perfectly. And then Greg Ward also had a receiving touchdown for the Dallas Renegades, and then Tate Hunter leading rusher for the Dallas Renegades, 10 for 67 yards there. On the other side, this is another case where the team just really didn't commit to the run. In this one, Brandon Silvers, 22 of 39. I know they were trailing by a pretty considerable margin, 17 points by halftime. Didn't really get better at any point then. Brandon Silvers, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. He was also the lead rusher for this team. And then 456 for Akeem Butler and Tyler Neville. Not to be confused with the former WE wrestler Neville. 1 for 10 touchdown for him for the St. Louis Battlehawks as they come up short. Dallas Renegades move to 2-0. Austin Reed continues to be kind of the conversation when it comes to the UFL.
Yeah, Akeem Butler on the 2-point conversion or 3-point, whichever one it was, 3-point conversion. He just took it away from the defender, and it was kind of. Yeah, it was kind of like I'm a grown ass man. I mean, like it was unfortunate because they needed like one more stop. No, they got the stop. They needed a 4th down conversion to keep the game going. And obviously in that situation, I'm going to my best receiver, which is Akeem Butler. The DB just made a better play. He broke on the ball. He probably could have picked it off, but at that point, you're just worrying about. You don't need an interception. You just knock the ball down, make it incomplete. Turnover on downs, our ball. I think by that point it was. What did they have? What did they have? Was it 26? No.
No, it was, they had 26. The score was 26-15, so they were only down 11 at that point. And then obviously they didn't convert. They got the ball in downs from the St. Louis Battlehawks on the next possession. And that's when Austin Reed threw that absolute dime throw to Tyler Vaughns.
Yeah, I'm thinking, all right, because I by that point I had stopped watching because I'm like, oh, I forgot how much time is left, but I'm like, shit, it's basically game over, and I'm like, they're just gonna, need a clock out, and maybe run a play or two, and then drive home safely, beep beep. And no, I get on ESPN's app, and I'm just like, oh, they scored again. Like, okay,
right. They threw that. That's what was absolute. Like it was an absolute dime. Like it was such a nice. Like it was great.
It's like they scored again. All right, cool, no problem. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, the Arlington, like Luis Perez, the king of spring football. Looks like your reign is over, man.
Yeah,
hey, all good things come to an end.
Stop break, man. First ever Tuesday night game for the UFL. Attendance, not good for this game in Dallas at the Toyota Stadium. 5,800 fans. The stadium holds 20,000. The game also aired on FS1. If I was the UFL, I know they were going up against the Natty on that Monday, but I would probably have tried to find a way that you could have put 2 games on Sunday, so you didn't have to go up against the national championship on Monday and then move a game to Tuesday. It's just
not smart.
It's just not smart at all. And I do think the stadium that the Renegades play in was like used for something, so that's why they had to move the game. But
rodeo.
You're probably not wrong. But yeah, just overall, 9,000 fans, a little bit of a dip from what we saw in week number 1. But the numbers are skewed because St. Louis hosted a home game in week 1, and they didn't in week 2. So we'll see what we got moving forward. But TJ, game ball time, baby. Who are you giving your game ball to?
I'm gonna give my game ball to the Orlando Storm defense. You hold the team to less than 50% completion percentage, and basically you hold their run game to a yard of carry.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I know it'd be easy just to give it to Austin Reed because he was the best player of the whole weekend. But I feel like he's going to win other game balls. So let's actually give out 2 game balls. And both of these guys had hat tricks getting into the end zone in week number 2. First, Deion Jackson, running back for the DC Defenders, and then swinging into the Dallas Renegades. We got Tyler Vaughns, who just had an absolute day. 11 catches, 146 yards, and then obviously the 3 touchdowns. He just had an absolute awesome game. And so I'm giving both those guys my game balls. I also want to give a little bit of shout out to Jack Plummer. He played very well for the Orlando Storm, and he's played pretty well for the Orlando Storm. From a guy that I didn't think was even going to start for them, looks like he's probably going to be the guy for the remainder of the season. So shout out to him.
I have no problem with that.
Moving on from there, we're going to swing into week number 3. And these are all actually, if you don't have cable, this is a good weekend for you to actually watch a lot of the UFL games, as both of them are on regular networks. So that's fun. So no FS1, there's one game on ESPN, but that's not a big, huge deal. We got 2 on ABC, 1 on Fox, and 1 on ESPN. We start Friday Night Football. We got the 2-0 Orlando Storm going into Louisville and taking on the 0-2 Kings as they look to make their second home game, and the Storm go on the road for the first time this season. Kings, Storm, TJ.
Nothing wrong with the Storm. I like Anthony Beck. I trust him to. Man, he's one of the better coaches in this league. He's gonna have Orlando ready to go. I'm going with Orlando.
Yeah, I'm also going to ride with the Orlando Storm. I haven't seen anything out of that Louisville King offense that makes me think that they're going to be able to move the football effectively at all. It's just, I don't know. I think the quarterback is just not on that roster right now. And then when we talked about last week, actually, TJ, the only game you got wrong last week was that Stallions pick as they get upset by the Gamblers. I got the Battlehawks and the Stallions pick incorrect. But Storm, both of us are going to the Storm. Moving on from there, from Friday Night Football to Saturday morning football. If you're in the state of California, also in the morning if you're in where TJ is, we got the battle of the Gamblers and the Defenders. Both these teams coming in at 1-on-1. Both of them get their first win of the season. But with that being said, I do feel like the Gamblers win was a little bit fluky. I'm going to take the DC Defenders. They looked absolutely dominant against my Columbus Aviators. Give me the DC Defenders, TJ.
Home opener for DC?
Yes, finally. and they're playing at 9:00 in the morning.
Oh, that's fucking terrible. Well, 9 o'clock my time? 9 o'clock my time?
Nah, my time. It's 11 o'clock your time. Still not great.
You say still not great. You sound so old when you say that. Like that's just so early.
I'm not even off work yet. Like I don't even get off work. This game will be like half over by the time I get home.
You still work nights?
Yeah, at least on the weekend. I mean, yeah, every day. I work from 2 in the morning to 10:30.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway. I'm
Yeah.
DC home opener. Yeah, give me DC. I first cup snake of the season. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. It's 10:00 in the morning. Let's get the cup snake going. Alcoholics have no rounds. They don't care. It's 9 a.m. Let's go. Moving on from there, Sunday. By the way, yeah, ESPN is airing the Gamblers Defenders games, and Fox has the Storm versus Kings on regular Fox. And then you can catch both games on Sunday on your ABC, local ABC affiliates. First game starts at 9 a.m., second game starts at noon. That's Central or West Coast Standard Time, whatever, Pacific Standard Time. First of all, on the docket here, both these teams going kind of feel like the opposite directions. First, we got the Columbus Aviators going into Dallas to take it on the Renegades as they host their third home game in a row. The Aviators go on the road for the second time this season. 0-2 Aviators, 2-0 Renegades behind
Next.
Stone Cold Steve Austin Reed, TJ.
Yeah, I'm taking the Renegades. They're gonna keep this thing going.
I'm also taking the Renegades because as much as I would love to see the Columbus Aviators get off the schneid, I do not think they're going to be doing it against the Renegades. That offense is too prolific right now. From there to the final game and an old rivalry, sort of, even though these teams have never really met in the playoffs, but it just feels like these have been the cream of the creme. When it comes to the spring football over the last couple of seasons, we have the Birmingham Stallions going into St. Louis, taking on the Battlehawks. Both these teams are coming out taking losses in week number one. Obviously, Stallions lost to the Gamblers, and the Battlehawks got decimated by Austin Reed and the Dallas Renegades. So something is going to have to give. I'm going to take the Stallions in this one, TJ. I have a little more faith, at least right now, in Matt Corral and Deion Jackson, or not Deion, Matt Corral in that running game for the Birmingham Stallions than I do right now in Brandon Silvers and that offense for the Battlehawks. Their offense just doesn't seem to click for me, really, for the Battlehawks. I know they won in week one, but let's see what they look like in week number 3. I know this is another game at home. That St. Louis crowd usually shows up, but I'll take Birmingham. TJ.
Hard to disagree with you. I often think, it's crazy though, because the offense sucked week one and they didn't have a King Butler. And they won. They pulled the rabbit out of the hat. The offense was okay week 2 with Hakeem Butler, and they lost. You can argue that was more so a defensive letdown, but if your offense is constantly going 3 and out, putting a tired defense back on the field, eventually the dam breaks.
Yeah,
and
Brandon Silver just hasn't been. He hasn't been really all that good. I know he was very good down the stretch last season, but he struggled in this game. And they also just aren't running the football effectively at all. So,
and which is kind of insane and crazy, because offensively they have the weapons to make sure Hakeem Butler isn't really like zeroed in on. Like you have
Pearson, who's a very good wide receiver, McBride, who's a good tight end
out there, and
Justin Smith, another guy.
Right. So it's I'm gonna take the Battlehawks. I don't feel good about it though, but I'm gonna take them.
TJ's going with the Battlehawks. We'll see who ends up getting that one right. Are you taking the Battlehawks?
Yeah, I'm taking the Battlehawks.
All right, we'll see who ends up getting that one right, because that's the only one that me and you are different in. Right now, I think I haven't gone back to week one. I'll check your predictions, but right now you are up 1 on me from so far in 2 weeks. We'll see who ends up getting the final when the season is finally over, who has more right. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us. This is our UFL show, 2026 UFL season preview, week 2 recap, week 3 preview, as we try to be the #1 hub for all things UFL. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast if you like what we're doing here at Prime Sports World. Tomorrow on the show, we're going to be talking about WWE, and we're going to be talking about Pat McAfee, and we're going to be talking about the stuff that's been going on over the last week in the WWE. And I got a little bit of surprise for you, TJ, towards the end of the show. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. As I said, I'm David Huffman. That right there is Mr. TJ Hopkins. And TJ, what do we do here at the Prom, my friend?
We bring the heat, and if the weather could, stay consistent from this point on, Mike Lucas would really appreciate it. So it'd be great.
Yeah, we'll be back here tomorrow, brother. You have a great night, okay?
You too, man. See you.